Imagine waking up tomorrow to news that the very foundation of global money has been quietly rewritten overnight. Not by a Wall Street giant or Silicon Valley tech bro, but by a nation you've been told for years was economically unstable. A nation sitting on one of the world's largest reserves of oil and potentially a currency destined for a historic comeback. The Central Bank of Iraq has just dropped a financial bombshell that sends a shockwave through the international monetary system, officially announcing the launch of a sovereign digital currency, the Digital Dinar. And this is not just a minor tech upgrade. This is the single most important signal that the long-prophesied revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is not just a possibility, but is now an active, unfolding project with a clear and public roadmap. For decades, the narrative around the IQD has been one of potential, a sleeping giant held back by conflict, sanctions, and a cash-based, opaque financial system that prevented it from taking its rightful place on the global stage. But what we are witnessing today is a deliberate and systematic dismantling of every single one of those obstacles, and the introduction of a central bank digital currency is the master key that unlocks them all. Think about the core problems that have plagued the Iraqi dinar: a lack of transparency that fostered corruption, a reliance on physical cash that limited international trade, and a banking system that was isolated from the global financial network, making it nearly impossible for the currency to reflect the true, immense value of the nation's assets and economic potential. The digital dinar, by its very technological nature, annihilates these issues one by one. Every transaction built on this digital framework is recorded on a secure, transparent ledger, visible to the central bank and, crucially, to international auditing bodies, meaning the shadowy movements of money that once defined the economy are now pushed into the light, building a level of trust and verification that Iraq has never enjoyed before. This transparency is the absolute prerequisite for any major international bank or Forex platform to even consider listing the IQD at a rate that reflects its real value. They will not touch a currency that is opaque and unpredictable, but they will eagerly embrace one that is digitized, traceable, and secure, which is exactly what this new system provides. Furthermore, this shift directly tackles the monumental problem of a cash-based society by creating a digital equivalent of the dinar. The CBI is instantly enabling seamless, instantaneous cross-border payments, allowing Iraqi businesses to trade with partners in Europe, Asia, and the Americas without the costly and slow process of converting physical bundles of cash, effectively plugging Iraq directly into the arteries of global commerce. This isn't just about modernizing payments. It's about forcing the world to recognize the Iraqi economy as a legitimate and integrated player, which in turn creates the necessary conditions for the currency's value to be reassessed based on modern economic realities rather than past instability. The timing is also impeccably strategic. This announcement is a cornerstone of Iraq's broader 2025 modernization agenda, a comprehensive plan that includes infrastructure development, anti-corruption measures, and now a state-of-the-art financial system, all aligning to present a new, investable Iraq to the world right before a major monetary reset. For the investor, for the IQD holder, this is a tangible evidence you've been waiting for. This is no longer about rumors or cryptic messages from unnamed sources. This is the Central Bank of Iraq itself making a bold, public commitment to a digital future, a move that no central bank undertakes unless it is preparing its currency for a significant formal revaluation and international relaunch. The introduction of the digital dinar is the bridge between the IQD of today and the globally traded, revalued currency of tomorrow, and that bridge is now officially under construction, with the CBI itself as the chief engineer. So, how does this digital dinar actually function, and what separates it from the thousands of other cryptocurrencies and digital assets that flood the market? It is crucial to understand that the digital dinar is not a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. It is a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, which means it is a direct digital liability of the Central Bank of Iraq, fully backed by the state's authority and assets, making it as legitimate and secure as the physical dinar notes in your possession, but with the superpowers of the digital age. Think of it as a digital twin of your paper dinar, but a twin that can travel the world at the speed of light, settle multi-million-dollar oil contracts with the click of a button, and provide an unforgeable record of its entire existence. And this technological leap is what allows Iraq to bypass decades of financial isolation almost instantly. The underlying mechanism, likely based on some form of distributed ledger technology, creates an unchangeable financial footprint for the nation, a ledger that demonstrates to institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank that Iraq is serious about adhering to international financial standards, which is a final hurdle before a currency can be officially recognized as freely floating and convertible. Now, let's connect this directly to the revaluation process everyone is anticipating. A revaluation, or RV, is fundamentally a repricing of the currency against its peers like the US dollar. And for that to happen sustainably, the market must have confidence in the currency's stability, transparency, and utility. Three things the physical dinar has struggled with, but which the digital dinar is engineered to provide. International banks and Forex platforms are not charities. They are profit-driven institutions that will only list and trade a currency if it is safe, liquid, and in demand, and the pre-2025 rollout of the digital dinar is essentially Iraq building that exact ecosystem of safety, liquidity, and demand ahead of the RV event. We're already seeing preparatory moves from regional financial hubs in the UAE and Qatar, who are positioning themselves to be the primary conduits for this new digital asset, facilitating the flow of investment and trade into a newly digitized Iraqi economy. And this external validation is just as important as the internal reforms. The connection between Iraq's tech modernization and its global integration is now a direct causal link. You cannot have one without the other, and the CBI knows this, which is why the digital dinar is being launched not as a standalone project, but as a centerpiece of national transformation aimed squarely at achieving international acceptance. For you, the investor and IQD holder, this translates into a fundamental shift in what you own. You are no longer just holding a paper currency hoping for a political decision. You are holding an asset that is now being equipped with the very infrastructure required to support a higher value, meaning the speculative potential of the dinar is being replaced by a tangible, technical inevitability. The what if is becoming when, and the when is being dictated by the successful implementation of this digital framework, which is why every update, every pilot program, and every statement from the CBI on the digital dinar should be watched with intense focus, as they are the real-time progress reports on the road to revaluation. This is the mechanism that will allow the IQD to shed its old skin and emerge as a modern, powerful currency. And understanding this process is a key to understanding why the next few months are the most critical in the entire history of the Iraqi dinar. For every single person watching this, whether you have held dinar for years or are just now understanding the monumental shift taking place, the most pressing question is what you should be doing right now in light of this information. The first and most critical step is to reframe your entire perspective. Stop viewing the Iraqi dinar through the lens of the past and start analyzing it through the lens of this new digital future that the central bank is actively building, because the rules of the game have officially changed, and the old narratives of endless waiting are now obsolete. The launch of the digital dinar is the strongest public confirmation we have ever received that the revaluation is not a myth, but a meticulously planned financial transition. And your strategy must now align with that reality, which means prioritizing verified information from official CBI statements and reputable financial news sources over the speculative noise that fills online forums. Your focus should be on the timeline. The CBI has linked this directly to its 2025 monetary changes, which creates a tangible window of opportunity, a period where the digital infrastructure is being tested and rolled out, leading up to the pivotal moment when the new exchange rate is formally announced and the currency becomes fully convertible. This is a period where you ensure your assets are secure, your understanding is deep, and you are prepared for the liquidity event that a revaluation represents, which means having a clear plan for when and how you would approach exchanging your currency, understanding the tax implications, and knowing which financial institutions will be authorized to handle such a transaction. The psychological aspect is just as important. The coming months will be filled with volatility, misinformation, and attempts to create fear and uncertainty. But you must remember that a sovereign nation does not invest billions in a central bank digital currency and a national modernization project merely to maintain the status quo. This is a forward-moving train, and the destination is a recognized, valuable, and globally integrated Iraqi dinar. The call to action for you today is immediate and twofold. First, become a student of this process. Dedicate time each day to learning about how CBDCs are transforming other economies. Follow the official announcements from Baghdad and build your knowledge so you can act from a place of confidence, not hope. And second, You must position yourself to receive the most current, unfiltered, and accurate information as this situation develops at a breakneck pace, which is exactly why you need to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell right now, because we are dedicated to cutting through the noise and delivering the organic, data-driven updates you need directly from the source without hype or hidden agendas. The difference between simply benefiting from this historic event and truly maximizing the opportunity it presents will come down to the quality of your information and the timeliness of your actions. And we are here to ensure you have both, serving as your direct line to the facts on the ground in Iraq and the financial centers that are preparing for this shift. The journey that started decades ago is now reaching its climax, and the Central Bank of Iraq has just played its most powerful card, a digital revolution that paves the way for a monetary revolution. And you, as a witness and participant, have a front row seat to one of the most significant financial stories of our generation. Do not be a passive observer. Be an informed, prepared, and active participant in this change, starting right now by subscribing, because the next update could be the one that changes everything, and you need to hear from someone you can trust with the clarity and certainty that this moment demands.